Hi guys, I'm here today to do Arwen's 15 question tarot tag. I am an avid YouTube watcher, but not an avid video maker, so excuse the production. But I'm not going to be on camera because I don't have a mic and I speak very quietly, so I'm going to focus on speaking audibly. Um, Arwen, I've had a couple readings from her, very excellent. She does weekly tarot scopes on her channel for free, and they always have the best messages, always what I need to hear. So I would recommend getting a reading from her if you haven't, or at least check out her channel if you haven't. I don't know how you would find this if you don't know who she is, but anyway. So I'm gonna just jump right in. Question 1 is, what is your current favorite deck? And currently it is this deck, if you can see it, is the Shadowscape Tarot. My favorite deck used to be the Wildwood. You see the moon right there. And I still love that deck. I'm just trying to branch out a little more. That was the first one I had after the Rider-Waite. The Shadowscape I got just a couple months ago. My partner bought it for me as a gift, and I had seen it online, and it just has really beautiful art, and I really like the cards. Yeah, they speak to me. So what card do I think stands for who I am now? Um, Before I would have said the Queen of Swords, because there were a couple months there where every time I drew a card, she would show up. She was showing up in readings from other people for me, or in like uh, Arwen's tarot scopes, and she was just everywhere, and I couldn't get rid of her. And I do relate to her in a lot of ways, in the kind of being a bitch and blunt and, you know, that air energy. I'm an Aquarius moon. So yeah, but I think I've moved away from her a little bit, and I would like to think that right now the card I resonate with is the Knight of Pentacles, because I am making some big changes in my career. Not so much changes as steps forward, movement, trying to make advancements. So I'm resonating with the Knight of Pentacles right now, I think. And what card stands for who you want to be? I was trying to think, the day that I saw Arwen's video about this, I'm a little late, but I was trying to think of what my answer for this was, and I was thinking about all the cards, and then I saw my reflection in my car in the door window, and I was wearing my magician t-shirt, and it made me realize I think that's the answer, because I am doing a lot of manifesting work right now, as well as delving further into my spirituality. So I think what I would like to be is the magician. So draw a card and answer, what does the universe want me to know right now? Alright, what does the universe want me to know right now? And the answer is Temperance. I'm not sure if you can see that. Temperance is about balance, health, and well-being. I see kind of like that, you probably can't see this, but this looks like fire and water mixing to me. The balance between that intense creativity and passion versus your emotional self and feelings. And yeah, just trying to find a balance between those two. Alright. So let's see what's next. Cards you must love to work with a deck. I really don't know my answer to this, honestly. Um, I think if the core cards are easy to read, that helped me because they can be, in some decks, they're a little vague and I need more information. I've been reading for a couple years, but I still need to look sometimes, at the book. But I don't really feel like I have a card that I really need to love in the deck to work with the deck. I think it's just kind of the imagery overall, and yeah. So next is why tarot? I do like what Arwen said about this, about storytelling. I'm a very visual person. I'm a visual artist. So I just think there's so much information you can get from a tarot card versus, like a pendulum. You get a yes or no kind of thing versus just all the imagery and all the different ways you can interpret tarot cards. And I just love the art also. I mean, I have decks that I don't really work with, but I still keep them because the art is beautiful and it's just like a collection of images. First book that I remember reading about tarot was this, which again you probably can't see, but it's The Pictorial Key to the Tarot by Arthur Edward Waite, which is the equivalent to the little white book that comes with the Rider-Waite. And I know it said no little white books, but this book is black and not little, it's pretty thick, so I'm counting it. It's the first book that I read about tarot. When I was very, very new to it, I got a Rider-Waite deck at a yard sale, and it came with this book, and it was really, at the beginning, the only resource I had, other than, when I started looking on the internet. So yeah, that deck is actually older than like the physical deck, the copy of it is older than I am, and so I would imagine this book also is, if I can find the copyright. Okay, so no, this one is a little younger than me, but not by much. So it's a little beat up, but it's got all of Arthur Edward Waite's interpretations of the cards. Next is, what tarot person would you like to chat with about tarot? I would say either Arwen or Kellyanne Maddox, or Pamela Smith, because Arwen and Kellyanne are both people that I watch on YouTube, and I feel like I agree with their interpretations of tarot and would like to pick their brains. And Pamela Smith obviously is the artist for the Rider-Waite. Sorry if you heard that. That was my cat causing problems, knocking things over. But yeah, Pamela Smith, she created all the traditional imagery of what we use today. So I would like to pick her brain about that and her creative process and her artistic process. Okay, next. Tell me about one YouTube tarot channel you watch and why. Well, since I already mentioned Arwen and Kellyanne, I'm gonna say Scarlet Moon Magic Nico. His channel's not only about tarot, but he uses tarot. He does weekly and monthly horoscopes with both astrology and tarot. And I love his channel. I think he's a really smart guy, and his horoscopes always just speak to me so much. And he gives me a really good insight into what I need to look out for. So I would, and he actually has two channels. So he has his horoscope channel and then like a channel where he just makes videos about different magical things, and he's very intelligent and articulate, and has some really good information. I would love to get a reading from him. I plan on it eventually. Okay. How many tarot decks do I own? 9 plus 1 oracle deck. So my collection is growing always. I have some decks that I don't really use. The Bohemian Cats Tarot I have, and I don't really use it. The images are like hilarious and beautiful. I just don't connect with it for divination, but I do love just like looking through it. So yeah, nine decks and 1 oracle deck. I'd like to get more oracle decks, which I think, yeah, the next question is, do you mix tarot and oracle decks, or tarot? Do you mix tarot with oracle when reading? I do not really, because I only have 1 oracle deck that I haven't worked with a lot, and that is the Brian Froud fairy deck. I'm so sorry you can't see anything. My phone camera, I'm doing this on my phone and my camera quality is less than ideal. I just got a new laptop. I was hoping the camera on that would be excellent, and it's not. I could film on it, but I need a microphone because, again, I speak very quietly. Okay, with the question is tarot and oracle. I would like to get more oracle decks. There's that one that Arwen uses sometimes. It's like the Creator's Oracle or something like that. I have it on my Amazon wish list, but it's not on Amazon. It's just through someone's website, and it's a little pricier, on the pricier end, so it's on my list. I plan on getting it eventually because I really like those cards, and I think that could give me a lot to work with. So I will be getting that eventually, and I will mix it with tarot. Have you ever created your own card or deck? Funny you asked that. Yes, I am working on a tarot deck. I'm not very far in it yet, but I've given myself an official deadline, which is this coming November of 2017. I started it over a year ago and kind of scrapped where I was and started over because my artistic process changed a lot, and I made some big improvements in my art, so I just didn't feel like the cards I had made were up to par, so I scrapped them and started over. So far I have the Devil, the High Priestess, the Two of Swords, and why can't I remember? I feel like the Hierophant. So those are the ones I have finished, and I'm working on the Fool right now. It's gonna start from the top of the majors. So if you want to see any of that, I will post my Instagram and my website. I also just started a weekly email newsletter, which will have information about that, and I will always be posting updates as they are available and posting process images and finished cards, and once the whole deck's done, it will be probably kickstarted or some sort of crowdfunding, unless I can get a publisher involved before I print it. So stay tuned for more to come about that. Let's see, what's next? Do you read for yourself? Yes, absolutely. I read for myself more than anything. I mean, I do read for other people, but lately I've been trying to do a daily card for myself every day and journal about it and keep track of it. And I have this, let's see, it's like a card of the day chart. I'm not even going to try to show it to you because, again, my camera. So it basically has all the cards and then a spot for you to write the date. And it's like really interesting to see the, the synchronicities. So like, I've been doing this about 2 months, and I've gotten a lot of majors. I haven't drawn a single cup card. It's mostly been swords and pentacles, and there's been, let's see, 4 cards that I've drawn more than once. So it's interesting to keep track of that, and that is from, there's a Google Doc that I found from the Tarot Ladies website, so I will post a link to that because that's been really helpful. It also has like journaling prompts for like a daily draw, which has also been helpful and keeping me motivated to do it regularly. But yes, I do read for myself, although I also like getting readings from other people because sometimes you can't see the messages for yourself, or you're like, oh, I don't like that, I'm just gonna draw another card, and then it ends up being the same card. But yeah, you know. Favorite questions to be asked when reading for someone else. I like when people can get a little more specific, because so often when I read for people, they tell me, oh, I just want a general reading. And I'll do it, like, that's cool, but when I have a little more to go off of, I can interpret it better, I feel like. Because I do read for people online, and that's all through like email and chatting. And every time I get somebody who says, I just want a general reading, or what does the universe want me to know, I get so nervous that like I don't know anything. I have no idea if I'm hitting the nail on the head with it when I don't have any information about the person other than their name and their birthday and that they want a general reading. Granted, I always send them the reading and they say, oh my gosh, this made me cry, or oh my gosh, this was so spot on. And I don't understand how that works or any of that, but it does, so I keep doing it. And then the final question, what's the craziest thing that's happened to you during a reading? So I have 2 stories about this. The first one is when I had just started reading. I did this big. So I had a friend who had taken her own life just a few months prior. And so, that was still a little fresh. And I did a reading basically asking, why she did it, or just in general, just kind of a general reading about her and her passing. And I have it written down somewhere, but it was so like spot on about just how that's what she wanted, and it would have happened regardless. She would have found a way to do it, and that she was at peace now, and she was suffering, and yeah, it was very. It was kind of what made me say, okay, the tarot is very real. You know what I mean? Like I did that, and it was just so spot on that I couldn't walk away from it. You know what I mean? I kept coming back to it. I read what I written down to my friends that also knew her, and they were like, "Holy shit!" Um, so there's that, and then the other one was actually with my Shadowscape deck, and it was this past Samhain, and I didn't get to do much ritual for Samhain because I had a friend staying with me that whole week, and so I was hanging out with a couple friends that night, and I had my tarot deck. I had just gotten it. I don't think I had even done any readings with it yet. And I asked my friend, like, hey, do you want a reading? And so I had her shuffle it, and I drew 3 cards, and they were like they were cards that all lined up like numerically, and they were of the same suit. I don't remember what they were. They were probably wands because she's a triple fire sign, and so I was like, oh, that's weird. I just got this deck, so maybe it's not shuffled well enough because it hadn't really been shuffled much. And I was like, shuffle it again because I don't trust that that's not just that it hasn't been shuffled. That you got these cards that are all in a row. And she's shuffling it, I'm like, if those are really the cards that were meant to show up, they'll show up again. Don't worry, it happens all the time. And so she shuffled them again very thoroughly, and um, I drew 3 cards, and two of them were the same in the same places, and then the central card changed to a major instead of, the same. So I was just like my friends were blown away because they're not practitioners, and I was like very very happy to see this happen around other people, because it happens to me all the time where I'll draw the same card, 3 days in a row, or I'll draw a card and then I'll watch a video with a reading and they draw the same card that same day, or etc. I'll reshuffle and draw the same card. But it's never happened in front of other people, so it's just kind of very validating in that, this is real, and proving to my friends that it's real. And they were blown away. And it was very, it was a strong message for her, I think. So those are all the questions. So thank you, Arwen, for doing this, and for having a contest. I would like a reading again with her soon. So even if I don't win this, I probably will get a reading from her soon. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.